Hi, by now you must have seen Marquez aka MKBHD's video about the blue bubbles versus the green bubbles messaging, explaining about Apple's iMessage and how it is inside Apple's wall gardens, and it will truly be difficult to find one universal messaging app for everyone. If not, then do check out that video right after this, as what we discuss over here about India's WhatsApp statistics, privacy-related issues, Telegram app and Signal's privacy promise will all tie in better with that video. By the end of 2021, India had 843 million mobile phone internet users, out of which 487 million users were using WhatsApp. Comparing this to the US WhatsApp user base of 79 million, India has 6 times the WhatsApp users of what it exists in the US. Now that is a number that we shouldn't be taking lightly, cause sure as hell WhatsApp isn't taking that lightly. What is even more interesting is that the remaining 356 million people in India aren't still using WhatsApp for messaging, which is slightly more or equal to the entire population of United States. So now that we have established perspectives of how massively important India is for WhatsApp, or how important is WhatsApp actually for India, let's talk about whether there are concerns of making one app so popular and huge in the long run for India, especially when countries like US are still struggling to find one universal communication platform. India and China are having this advantage with WhatsApp and WeChat, so to speak. Many people wouldn't remember this, but when WhatsApp was introduced, the way WhatsApp used to make money was through a subscription model. It cost $1 to download and then $1 a year going forward. Meta, or Facebook, eventually bought over WhatsApp for $19 billion in 2014 and removed the $1 fee and made WhatsApp as a free service. Beautifully put up by Tristan Harris, an ex-Google employee and today the co-founder of the Center for Human Technology. If you are not paying for the product, then you are the product. Harris and other center team members were interviewed for the film The Social Dilemma, so you might have seen him there. So how does WhatsApp make money today? Three direct sources are WhatsApp for Business, Click to WhatsApp Ads, and WhatsApp Pay. WhatsApp Business is a simple model of letting businesses connect with their customers for services and selling their products via WhatsApp or via advanced API integration, making it easy for businesses to set themselves up really quick. More than 50 million global companies use WhatsApp for Business, so that is one source of income for WhatsApp. Click to WhatsApp Advertising. This is where an ad banner will be shown on Facebook or elsewhere, and when you click on it, it straight away takes you to the WhatsApp account of that business for you to interact with that business. WhatsApp charges for these kind of ads. Another way WhatsApp makes money is by WhatsApp Pay, which in India has barely scratched the surface in comparison to its rivals like Google Pay, Paytm, etc. WhatsApp can charge a transaction fee and make money when you transfer money using WhatsApp Pay. But wait a minute. All these three mediums are not at all the kind of evil that everyone accuses WhatsApp of sucking out of our privacy and making money on it. Let me be clear, I am only mentioning WhatsApp here and not the full suite of meta apps like Facebook and Instagram. So what really is the problem? Shouldn't we be worryless and enjoy WhatsApp free forever? On the other hand, WhatsApp says it has end-to-end encryption, which means your calls and messages by default over WhatsApp cannot be seen, read, interpreted, or used for any target marketing by WhatsApp and any other companies or businesses as well. I say we should all thank WhatsApp or donate money to them for giving us this free app, which all of us use, by the way, keeping in touch with our loved ones on a daily basis or sometimes hourly basis, or even run full-scale businesses featuring group chats, especially in a country like India. Well, hold on to your donation wallets. And don't forget, if you're not paying for the product, then you are the product. You see, the real evil is a bit hidden. Yes, your real-time messages and calls are encrypted on WhatsApp. But in Jan 2021, Facebook released a new data sharing policy for WhatsApp, mandating the transfer of your information between the messaging app and social network. After user complained, the company then noted that they would limit WhatsApp features for anyone who doesn't opt in for this. On this privacy policy page, you will find evidence that WhatsApp shares your information between Facebook and other third-party services. Link will be in the description. 7 things that I have noted down that we should be worried or at least be aware about from here. Your status update isn't encrypted and can be viewed by WhatsApp or any Meta apps to be used for targeting. Your user log, like what features do you use? Messaging, calling status, group, including group name, group pictures, group description, payments or business features, your profile photo, about information, whether you're online, when you last used any services, when you last updated your about information. Well, device information including the mobile that you're using, its operating system, battery level, signal strength, app version, browser information, mobile network, connection information using ISP, language, time zone, your IP address and device operations as well. In terms of location information, when you share location with your contacts or view location nearby or locations others have shared with you are all visible to WhatsApp. This is interesting. Even if you don't use location related features, WhatsApp uses IP addresses and other information like phone number, area code to estimate your general location. Now, this statement in third-party information is beyond insane. Users, including businesses with whom you have communicated, can share or store your information with others on and off WhatsApp services. Now, I will be little less worried about users because they are people whom I know and interact with. But third-party businesses having my number and information which they can further send to other people clearly makes me the product. Wow, just looking at these 7, I would want to just go ahead and delete my WhatsApp account right now. But what choices do I really have? Yes, let's just move to Telegram. But Telegram, with all the other good features such as 2 lakh members on social media group, open API, etc., it does not even have end-to-end messaging encryption by default. Using a secret mode, you can make your message end-to-end encrypted. Durov, who was the CEO, was personally funding Telegram and has stated that now with the scale of Telegram reaching more than 500 million users, they will have to find a monetization model as well. Here's his direct statement. We believe that collecting private data from users to target ads the way WhatsApp, Facebook do is immoral. We like the approach of privacy-conscious services like DuckDuckGo, monetizing services without collecting information about users. So if we introduce ads in one-to-many channels, they will be contextual, based on topic of the channel and not targeting based on user data. Well, that sounds good to me. But what about something more secure and I actually don't get any ads or get targeted in whatsoever way? Aha, let's move to Signal, the one which Elon Musk also tweeted about. Signal offers no ads, no trackers, and they are not kidding about it either. Signal became the most downloaded app on Apple Play Store in March 2021, as WhatsApp was facing many privacy concerns and is highly recommended by many industry veterans as well. They are so freely available that you can actually donate to the community which has built it. So great guys, let's just move to Signal with only 3 problems. Signal currently has only 5 million users in the country, which means you wouldn't even have 10% of your contacts on Signal today. And secondly, if they're still taking donations, then who is going to spend money in marketing to get 800 million Indians to make a switch? And the third reason would be the CEO for Signal, who was there for the last 10 years, has stepped down and there's an interim CEO. So the direction ahead isn't really clear. Well, in that case, are we back to WhatsApp then? Well, yes. And actually for a really long period of time, like 5 to 10 years. Because that is how long it will take for any country like India to migrate to another platform, even if we begin today. There can be promise in the RSC messaging standard, which Google is trying to implement, something which MKBHD also in his video is talking about, where we might not need WhatsApp and can directly rely on the default messaging app in our phones. But who is to say that that will not be monetized by Google or used for targeting? So here's my proposal to all of this. Let WhatsApp be, because migrating to any other app will take massive marketing costs, which will again come at the expense of the user information. According to Forbes, WhatsApp generated annual revenue of about 15 billion on an average in 2020. This means whatever marketing ads that WhatsApp tried to show us generated about $7 for the WhatsApp per user. In this case, ideal would be to go back to the initial model, where any of these companies would charge us just for the premium services of complete privacy and never share any of our information. And honestly, for the amount of work that happens for me on WhatsApp, I will be happy to pay a similar subscription fee like $10 to $20 for a year for a complete privacy and choices of no third party eating my information. And for those who are okay not paying and sharing their data, they can continue to use the services for free at the expense of being the product themselves. But the problem is, we don't even have this choice today. This is kind of the same offering that YouTube is giving to its YouTube Premium subscribers, where ads are not shown to these users who have subscribed to the YouTube Premium services, while ads are getting shown to all the other users who haven't subscribed to the services. Well, isn't it fair if I am ready to uprightly pay that amount which WhatsApp has generated on behalf of me for marketing to give me those premium services and just not target me at all? Let me know what is your thoughts in the comments below. And hopefully right after this video, you are going to read the privacy policy of WhatsApp in detail. The link is in the description below, and thank you for watching this. I'll see you in the next one.